In today's video, we are going to talk about 5 key mindsets to become rich and to stay rich. So these 5 key mindsets are very helpful and can help us to become and stay rich. The first one is, how can I afford it? So whenever we want something, we are in need of a particular item and we check the price and we see it's too high and we say that I can't afford it. It has happened many times in our life. From the mindset of I can't afford it, we have to change it to how can I afford it? Then we find a way to afford it. We find a way to earn money and to afford what we need. The second mindset is exercise your brain. We do a lot of exercise for our body, but the same way it is very important to exercise our brain, because the brain is where all the knowledge is stored. In order to become financially wealthy and stay rich, we need to keep learning new things, improve our knowledge. Our learning should be continuous every single day. So that helps us to exercise our brain, and it helps to keep us active and aware of the knowledge of the day-to-day trend and the financial market. And as the saying says, an idle brain is a devil's workshop. So we don't have to let our brain stay idle. Instead of it, we need to keep learning, improve our knowledge, and keep exercising our brain. The third mindset is learn to manage risk. So risk has become a part of our life. We cannot avoid risk or we cannot escape from risk, but we need to understand that risk is going to happen and we need to manage the risk in all possible ways. For that, we should be prepared. Like we had the COVID, and earlier there were several market crashes. So every time when a risk comes up, we need to be ready to manage it. We need to be prepared. The fourth mindset is understanding that a personal residence is not an asset. So many of us, when we buy a personal residence, we own a personal residence, we say that I own a house and it's a very big asset. But the truth is that it is not an asset, because the residence has a lot of expenses on a regular basis, which is the maintenance, the electricity, the water supply, and other costs. It always incurs a lot of cost. So it is not an asset. An asset is something that generates revenue. If we own a house and we rent it out, then that is an asset. But a personal residence is not an asset. The fifth and the final mindset is broke is temporary, poor is eternal. So a lot of times we get broke, we financially broke, and even there may be times we go totally bankrupt. But at that point of time, we need to understand it is temporary and not permanent. The thought that we are poor is something eternal. That is something that stays for a long time. So we cannot stay poor. Even if we are born poor, we don't have to stay poor, and we can become rich when we have the thought of broke is temporary, poor is eternal. It is all with what we have and what we achieve with what we have. Thank you so much for watching till the end.